On today's live daily news, a ton of stuff coming out of the north side of San Angelo, including a SWAT team that surrounded a building, a two-vehicle crash that damaged a number of people's property, and more. Plus, this weekend is the Tom Green County Stock Show, so we'll be talking to the people running the show, our local AgriLife Extension agent, Josh Blanick. All this and more, I'm Matt Trammell, and this is Live. But first, City Limits has announced their new lunch menu. Looking for a good spot with good food and cold drinks? If so, look no farther than the City Limits. For starters, they have everything from chips and queso to deviled eggs to buffalo fried cheese that is out of this world. For entrees, things turn up a little bit with the Southern fried fish, Angelo hot chicken sandwich, or maybe try the Nacogdoches knuckle sandwich. There are so many options to choose from, so go see the guys down there at City Limits at 4205 South Bryant. They are open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. And now, on to the news. We start the show today with some interesting news regarding the closure of two San Angelo ISD elementaries. The school district on Monday sent out a notice to the public informing them of the final town hall meeting on the matter. If the school district decides to close the doors of two schools, that would not affect much class sizes, but instead the distance kids had to drive to school or travel to school. We have Superintendent Dr. Carl Deathluff on the show a few months back and asked him about the issue. Let's watch.
So, one of the things I think that's critical for us is as we look at our elementary schools. We have 17 elementary schools. Mm-hmm. For a district our size, even if we were at 15,000, that's too small. So if you look at...
You mean the schools are too small?
The schools are too small. Now, the challenge of that is we love in San Angelo our neighborhood school concept. There's a lot of positivity around the neighborhood school. I certainly understand that. But if you look across Texas, most elementary schools are between 500 and 600 students, maybe even a little larger. Mm-hmm. So, you just have to look at your capacity study. And for us to be really good stewards of our taxpayers and good stewards of our community dollars, we need to look at combination and combining schools and the merger of schools, just because the economics of it.
So the catalyst for this is not only declining enrollment, slightly declining enrollment,
yes,
but also the age of the facilities.
Yeah,
right?
our infrastructure. We have a couple of schools that were built in 1903. Mm-hmm. And while
that would be John H. Reagan.
That would be. Right? And while that's a point of pride, it's also causes some infrastructure issues. Right. I mean, I think we can, even if you live in a home built in 1903 or 1963, there's issues with facilities that are really aging. And if you look at schools, any school architecture firm will tell you this, but if you look at schools 50 to 70 years old, which we have a lot of, that's typically when you see some of these infrastructure issues. So I know we've got some plumbing situations at some of our schools, such as Alta Loma, and so not to mention the whole town, huh?
Right.
Right. But we're
is it on the upper plane or the lower plane?
Right. So, but I think by combining these schools, we also open up just some innovative practices for kids as well. Instead of having 2 fourth grade teachers, you might have 4 fourth grade teachers. There's just better opportunities for learning. There's better opportunities to consolidate our resources and use them for science, technology, engineering, math labs. So there's a lot of ways to merging and combining our schools really helps us.
Following this town meeting, the SAISD school board will continue the process of shutting down both Austin and Alta Loma Elementary. If you want to stop it, best thing to do, hop on that town hall meeting. In other news, a 2-vehicle crash on Tuesday sent one person to the hospital. According to our reporters on scene, at around 1 o'clock on Tuesday, officers with the SAPD were dispatched to the intersection of 37th and Chadburn Street for the report of a major crash. When they arrived, the officers and paramedics discovered a silver van and a gold sedan that had crashed in the middle of the roadway. No official statement was given to our reporters on scene, but an ambulance was seen rushing away from the scene with an occupant inside. The scene was cleared up within the hour. Also on the north side today, a large group of Texas DPS troopers surrounded a building near the Juvenile Justice Center in SWAT gear on Tuesday morning. Because of this, readers lit up the San Angelo Live hotline, wondering what was going on. Well, guys, don't worry, we figured it out. Although it looked like juicy news, the fact of the matter is that this was actually just a training exercise for the DPS. Law enforcement periodically hold training exercises to enhance their skills on top of learning new tactics to keep stressful situations under control. This is just another example of that. And finally, we end the show with some breaking news. Just before the show began, the National Weather Service office in San Angelo upgraded that fire weather advisory to a red flag warning. That's mainly because of the deteriorating weather conditions in the forecast for Wednesday. There is a red flag warning in effect from noon to midnight Wednesday. A red flag warning means that critical fire weather conditions will occur. Combination of strong winds, low humidity, and dry fuels will combine to contribute to extreme fire danger. So, expect west to southwest winds at 15 to 25 miles an hour with gusts up to 35 and a relative humidities below 15% with that extreme dry fuels. Any fires that develop could spread rapidly in these conditions. All outdoor burning is discouraged. And I'm saying this because the Tom Green County Commissioners Tuesday morning declined again to enact a burn ban because conditions were close but had not yet met the threshold to issue that ban. However, all outdoor burning is discouraged, including burning of brush or trash. Also, postpone all welding activity if at all possible. This is a serious and potentially dangerous weather situation, so take it seriously. But if you want to see some real fire, though, skip out on all that welding and trash burning and go to a local high school basketball game. A number of Concho Valley teams have games tonight, and Cover One Hoops analyst Ryan Chadwick is going to break them all down. Especially all the top games to watch. With that, here is Ryan Chadwick.
The San Angelo Central Bobcats basketball team prepared to play its first district matchup of the 2022 season against the Midland Legacy Rebels on Friday in Midland. The Bobcats traveled to Brownwood last Friday and beat China Springs 70-46. The Lady Cats play their home district opener on Tuesday night against the Odessa High Broncos at Central High School at 6:15. The Lady Cats fell to the Friendship Tigers last Friday. Tonight, the rest of the Cover One team and I will be covering several Concho Valley matchups, including the games between the Lakeview Chiefs and the Erie County Hornets in Mertzen, the Cristobal Cougars and the Sonora Broncos in Sonora, and finally, the TLCA Eagles and the Ballinger Bearcats in Ballinger. Stay tuned after the games for write-ups and highlights from all these high school basketball matchups. Also, don't forget to tune in to our Cover One Hoops basketball show this Friday at 4 p.m. We will have an exclusive interview with the Wall Lady Hawks head basketball coach Jerry McSherry, as well as a preview of this weekend's matchups and our picks here at San Angelo Live.
So we went on vacation, having a good time, and we get the call.
I mean, it was a river. It was a river in our house. That's the big thing, is we kept wondering, how bad is it?
It was devastating. I was like numb. It's like, how are we going to handle all this? What are we going to do?
And welcome back to the show. I'm Yanis Green, and joining me today, it's stock show season. So we've got Josh Blanick with the AgriLife Extension Office.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Y'all are really kicking in high gear this week.
It is. It's a busy week. This is our county show week. We kick off Friday and go into Saturday evening. So.
Okay. And of course, out at the fairgrounds.
Yep.
And it looks like Wall will sneak in there and do their show before the county show.
Yep, that is correct. The Wall School Show, hosted by the Wall Ag Boosters, will start on Thursday and go into Friday morning. And then Friday at 3 o'clock, the county show will start with the goat show. And then we check in the other species. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday morning, we will show, starting at 8 o'clock, we'll show the lambs, the poultry, and the swine.
Okay.
Ag Mechanics start Saturday morning.
All right.
And then the heifers will start at 10, followed by the steer show. And the rabbit show starts Saturday morning at 10. So it's a full weekend.
There's a lot to see Friday and Saturday.
There is, yes, sir.
And it's really free for everybody to come out and watch.
Oh, definitely. Like you said, it's out at the fairgrounds. What a great place to have it.
Yeah.
They're great supporters of ours. Anybody can come out and watch. We encourage folks to come out and watch and see the kids and all the hard work they put in all year.
And their reward is a premium sale.
Yes.
And there's a barbecue dinner.
Yep.
So
Yep.
and that's Saturday evening?
That's Saturday evening. That's how we conclude our show, kind of a celebration. The barbecue meal starts at 5:30. Anybody's welcome to that. We'll have plenty. It's $5 a plate, so where can you find a barbecue meal for $5 anymore?
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll start to sell at 6. We'll kind of take a break in the middle, kind of give everybody a chance to catch their breath. We'll have the cake auction during that time.
All right.
We'll have some special awards. We have a fair dedication, stuff like that. And then we sell all of what we call our Sale of Champions.
Okay.
At that about 7:30, and be wrapped up that evening. Yes, sir.
Okay. And this has been going on since the 30s. We were looking back.
It has.
And it's a way to teach kids the responsibility of raising animals and animal husbandry and that sort of thing.
Exactly.
So where do the kids come from? Where do these competitors come from?
So great question. So this is the Tom Green County Show.
Okay.
So all 4-H and FFA kids that enrolled and go to school live in Tom Green County. Mm-hmm. And so that encompasses, obviously San Angelo, but Water Valley, Christoval, Wall, Very Best, every community, Great Creek. Yeah. And so it's a great showing of all the kids.
And some of these project animals take a while. The steers and then the swine, they've got those animals for months and months.
They do. The steer is the longest, like you said. It's basically a year project. Those kids are feeding and caring for those animals for a whole year in the feeding scheme and the show circuit. So, and then they're buying them just as soon as we get done with Houston. They got new ones on feed starting for the next year.
Golly.
So
it's a year-round thing with those animals.
Yeah.
It seems to be that over the last several years that lambs and goats have been pretty popular.
They have been. A lot of our kids don't just grow up on a farm or ranch.
Yeah.
And so space is a little more limited, and so it's a lot easier to show a lamb or a goat. Smaller, require less room. One of the things that's really growing here recently is our rabbits.
Okay.
Rabbit numbers are really picking up. Got a lot of kids, new kids getting involved with that. And so, it's there's something for everybody at our county show.
Well, that'll be something to see, the rabbits out there.
We'll have about 80 rabbits
wow.
Saturday morning. Yep.
That's a heck of a show. Yeah. And this is a sort of a precursor, sort of a practice for what they call the major stock shows. Mm-hmm. And San Angelo being, I guess, the first one in line.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, Fort Worth. We'll go to. Well, Fort Worth kicks off, and we'll go to Fort Worth, and then come back and go to San Angelo. And like you said, I mean, most of these animals that go to county, they go on to what we call a major show, which is the big ones, and most important one to us, our favorite, is the San Angelo Stock Show right here in our backyard. So,
and of course, the other majors are San Antonio, Austin, and Houston.
That is correct.
And these students work really hard, and these projects become such a major part of their lives. I do know from experience that the kids enjoy the county show because they get to take their animals home.
Yes.
The major shows are terminal, and that can be a little tough on those.
It can be tough when they've spent hours every day with those animals for several months, become attached to them. But they know it's what we teach them. I mean, they are market animals, and that's part of the process. And what they're learning is how to feed America and the world. So
that's right, and the show is to ultimately to make the animals better, to get better genetics.
Yes, that's how it all started in 1930s. Is just to teach kids, like you said, animal husbandry and improvement of genetics, so we can do more with less. So.
Well, it's really it's great for those kids, and it's a fantastic thing to go see. So once again, Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, yeah. We'll start basically at 3:00 on Friday.
Okay.
And go through Saturday afternoon. And don't forget, if you like metalwork and stuff, we have Ag Mechanic Show, which is great, tremendous. And they check in on Friday, but come out Saturday morning and they'll be in the HEB community building barn.
Okay, right there
Yep.
next to the
Where
to
the swine
pavilion.
show, right next, and that's where the Ag Mechanics show will be. So.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we need to make sure and check out the ag mechanics because that's a boy, talk about a lot of work too.
It's and really neat things that those kids can do. So.
The skills that those guys are learning are invaluable. I mean, they will have a very successful career in building stuff.
Yes.
And we need those guys.
Yes, we do. Yep.
All right. Did I forget anything, Josh?
No, that's it. We encourage everybody to come out. Like I said, the barbecue is open to the public.
$5 barbecue
Yeah.
plate. That's just
And,
somebody needs to talk to management about that.
Stay for the sale and see all the kids' accomplishments. And like I said, it's a premium sale, so there's no animals actually sold. The kids get to keep them.
They get to
we have
keep
some
the money.
great donors that come out and support the kids. But come out anytime, bring your kids out to see it. We welcome everybody.
All right. Sounds like a great time. Josh Blanick, come back and see us.
All right, we'll do it. Thanks.
All right. Back to you guys.
So we were on vacation, family vacation, having a good time, and we get the call.
I mean, it was a river. It was a river in our house. That's the big thing is we kept wondering, how bad is it?
It was devastating. I was like numb. It's like, how are we going to handle all this? What are we going to do?
And that's our show for today. We want to encourage everyone to go out to the Tom Green County Livestock Show that's going to be out there at the fairgrounds all week long. So go ahead and go out there because the kids need your support, especially go out there to that premium sale so you can spend a little bit of cash and send one of these kids to one of these major shows. This has been the Live Daily News Show. We're here every weekday at 4 o'clock. We're going to give you news, an interview for the day, and just let you know everything you need to know that's going on right here in San Angelo. To check us out, make sure you follow us on all of our social medias, including Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and now Rumble. Yeah, we're just keep on expanding everything. Also, if you don't have the San Angelo Live app, make sure you go ahead and get that because that's the fastest way to find out what's going on right here in San Angelo. I'm Matt Trammell. For all of us here at San Angelo Live, we will see you tomorrow.